Hi, this is Nikki Woods, and we are going beyond the studio with James Fortune and Fire on blackamericaweb.com. And also, the In Studio Jam is up, so you can check that out. But the new CD is called Encore, and it
Yes.
is now in stores.
Yes.
So tell us, give us a little background on you, because I was Googling,
Uh-huh.
and you've been doing this for a while.
Yes, I have been doing this for a while, about 10 or 11 years now. Just started in Houston, Texas, where I'm from, Nikki, and just singing. Really, my ministry started just focusing on youth, youth on the streets, gangs and things like that. Because I was young, I was about 20 at the time, and so I would go out and we would go to malls, we would go to high schools, just minister to youth. And then from then on, God began to give me songs. I began to write songs and just begin to continue ministry. And then He blessed me to be able to start recording.
And so, what has the journey been like? I mean, we've learned a little bit, I think, through
Yeah.
your song "I
Yeah.
Trust You" and the things that you've been through.
Yeah.
What has the journey been like? Not only trying to be an artist on one hand, but
Yeah.
also trying to be successful in life on the other.
Exactly. The preparation process. That's why I say I've been doing it for like 11 years, because what happened, a lot of time God puts us through things so that He can get the ministry out of us, because, like the song "I Trust You," for instance, I don't feel like that song would have been given to me in maybe a prosperous time of my life. But as I went through different things, I went through being homeless, He was able to cultivate the gift. And also when you go through those things along the journey, it allows you to be humble when you get to the place that He wants to take you, because you can realize you can give Him the credit, and that He really is the one that opened the door for you.
Yeah, and I think it's important. And I think whenever I talk to anybody, because when somebody comes out with like a blockbuster like "I Trust You," people
Uh-huh.
just think that you just had
Yeah.
success in an instant, and they never
Yeah.
know like the journey and
Yeah,
and
the
the work and
sacrifice.
the
Yeah,
sacrifice
that's
and
it.
the hard work that you had to put in to get
Yeah,
there.
I mean, it's so much hard work, and the song "I Trust You," which, like you said, has blessed so many people. But that came out of the most difficult time of my life. The time when I just really felt like giving up, and to see now how God has flipped that and now made it the most amazing time of my life. And now I'm basically living my dream, as an artist and as a minister. So, the sacrifice was worth it. But you got to have the sacrifice to get to the success to really appreciate it.
And I know even you talked about it a little bit about just doubting and,
Yeah.
and not knowing what kept you going. What said take one more step, just
Yeah.
hold on one more day.
Yeah, because a lot of time, people don't understand that Christians sometimes we doubt. It's and but for me it was praying. It was realizing that this wasn't the first time that I had been in a situation not this bad, but God would always make a way for me. He would, I mean, from college to just different things, and I just had to realize that God was trying to do something in my life, and that's what He shared. He said, "James, trust me even now. Still believe in me, because I'm getting ready to do something amazing in your life." I didn't know what it was at the time, but now I can look back and see, wow, it was good for me that I went through what I went through.
Well, let's talk about Encore.
Yes.
What has changed since the last CD? What's different about this CD?
Well, you know what? And I know we keep going back to it, but what I trust you. As I toured all over the country, people would come up to me and just share the testimonies of how the song had blessed them. And so as people begin to share things with me, it's like God began to give me songs for my new album Encore that would continue to encourage people, that would continue to bless people. And then the title Encore is basically, a lot of like, what's encore? It's asking God for an encore. Basically, like the God that has worked it out, that has fixed it before. God, can you come back and do it again? Can you come back to the stage of my life and work it out again? So, the songs that were given to me, honestly, were inspired by God, and also inspiration just from people sharing their testimonies of what they're going through and how songs have brought them out of their situation.
So what song is your favorite on here? Which one means the most to you?
To
You
me,
have a lot of songs.
yeah, I know,
We
18.
were talking about that earlier. We're like, wow.
18 tracks. There's to definitely encore, because I think as believers, a lot of times we do fall into the same situations that we've been brought out before. We struggle relationships and sickness and financial problems, and we just got to realize if God fixed it before, He can do it again. He'll do it again. And also, what I love on the CD is the "I Trust You" testimony, which is the song "I Trust You" redone along with the testimony of where God gave me the song from. And it allows people to relate and see, man, James was in the same situation like I am, having trouble trusting. And that's going to be a song also that's going to really encourage people.
Now, I know you said that Kirk Franklin was one of the people that
Definitely.
inspired you. Now that the script is kind of flipped and
Yeah.
people are looking to you
Yeah.
to follow in your footsteps and kind of do do what you're doing, what is your advice to
My,
young gospel artists
you
coming
know,
up?
the first thing I always say is just remain humble, and trust God. I got so many no's. People, when I started out, yeah, people were, had, oh, he's trying to be like Kurt Franklin, but I knew the calling that I had. And so I didn't let that stop me. I didn't let that deter me, because had I stopped, there would be no I trust you. There would be no encore.
Right.
So I would say, continue to be faithful. People are going to say no. People may say, hey, I don't like your music, but don't let that stop you. When you realize that God has called you, you are obligated to continue to be faithful, and God will elevate you in due season.
Absolutely. It's Encore. It's James Fortune and Fire, and it is in stores
It's
now.
in stores. It's online, iTunes.
iTunes.
Yeah, iTunes. We all go to iTunes, Amazon, Walmart, Best Buy, everywhere gospel music is sold. 18 tracks for only $10.
Now, I know you're all over Facebook and
Yes.
Twitter and MySpace, but
Yeah.
how can people get more information
Yeah,
on like where you're going to be to perform?
My website, jamesfortune.us.
All right.
That's the website. All of my information is there. You can watch videos on there, YouTube videos, clipping songs. We got it all.
You can tweet.
You can tweet.
James Fortune. It's James Fortune and Fire. I'm Nikki Woods. And don't forget to check out the In Studio Jam now on blackamericaweb.com.